Hi Taurus, my name's Chandler. Thank you for tuning in. This is your May 2018 tarot card reading. I am an intuitive empath or energy reader, and I base a lot of my interpretations based off of how I feel. I use tarot for inspiration, and I do see a lot of inspiration coming your way this month. It is your birthday month, so happy birthday from me. With being your birthday, it's going to be bringing up a lot of your past. You're going to be coming full circle with a lot of things, and you're going to be starting anew with other things as well. So this is my effort to you. This is my gift to you to try to guide you through this month and into the best possible new chapter of your life that you can possibly receive. I will be drawing from my Spirit Oracle deck as well as my Angel card deck, and I do have already quite a few cards that I've pulled. I'm a slow shuffler, and I really like to just tune in silence when I pull the cards, so the majority of the deck is already pulled, and I do see quite a lot going on within you, Taurus, which is not anything new. You guys are constantly evolving. You guys are so amazing with self-reflection and moving forward. Oh, that is so sweet. I love this Spirit Oracle deck. I talk about it all the time. This card just came playfully flying out. It's innocence. So I do see a lot of emotional vulnerability going on for you guys this month, which is totally necessary because the kind of chapter you're bringing forth into your life is one that will make you feel stronger as a whole, but it's with the reflection of maybe some of the issues in your past because we're ending this year. We're not recycling the same things into the next year. We're choosing this time to evaluate, reevaluate, revisit some of the pains, some of the challenges that this year has held. And instead of becoming a victim or carrying any guilt with us, we're relinquishing that guilt. We're relinquishing that burden and instead transmuting it into a much more spiritually based, healthy innocence, which is also a sense of gratuity or appreciation for the things that have happened. So it's a really beautiful card, and I love to see that because as you enter your next phase in life, your hands will be washed clean of some of the things that maybe have gone on, the chaos or drama or whatever may have gone on in the past, and you'll feel afresh and anew. This card says innocence, purity, joy. You are being encouraged to just be you. Be a shining light for the world. Expect positive outcomes to flow from your honesty and pure intentions. So that is beautiful. I'm going to pull a couple cards from our angels as well, see what they've got to say. So again, I'm posting these videos actually in order of likes. So if you do like this video, if it resonates with you, make sure to like and subscribe. My channel's fairly new, so if you haven't already gotten to know me, these cards are just flying out. My name's Chandler Christine, and I do offer personal readings. If you want to go to my website, it's going to be linked down in the description box below. As well as follow me on Instagram. I'm always doing some fun like chakra cleanses or intuitive eating stuff on there, and if that interests you, you can follow me at Chandler the Light on Instagram. What else? Let's talk a little bit about the astrology of this month. So Taurus, I wrote down extraordinarily exciting month, okay? And that's really true. That is really true. Oh, there's just so much for you guys this month. And I'm so excited because it comes just in time for your birthday. And that's maybe even why it's extra powerful for you guys. You are in your element. This is your season. And a lot having to do with Uranus, okay? Uranus is the planet of surprises. And what it's going to be bringing is some much appreciated change, okay? Some different aspects in your world that maybe you haven't completely indulged in the past. Maybe you've been trying to keep it on the straight and narrow. Maybe, certain acts of aggression or some challenging aspects in your life have forced you to withdraw some of your more potent energies. whether it's out of fear or guilt. I see a lot of you revisiting your past. Okay, so maybe that's even in light of Uranus, kind of allowing you to see how you've evolved and maybe appreciate some of the more challenging aspects that you've gone through. Anyone who's been feeling restless, I took note that things will become a little bit more easy. Things will become a little bit clearer. I know you guys have been really going through it, and I feel that from you, okay? So, in light of Uranus bringing some surprises, okay, and some changes within this month, your angels really want you to play, okay, and decide what exactly you want to manifest from here on out. The Law of Attraction card does really resonate with it being your birthday month and you being in your element to create and manifest whatever it is that you desire, but in balance with the world, in balance with earth and nature and your natural sense. This is a very earthy card, so I've sensed that this is really speaking to you and maybe relinquishing some of the ideologies that you had in the past regarding who you are, what you were about. Those are ever evolving. So it's maybe time to even revisit some of those belief systems and alter them if necessary to then replace some of the ones that no longer suited you and replace them with better things that will more suit you and carry you a little bit further along your way. There might have been some stagnancy that has held you guys back, I'm sensing. So this law of attraction is going to be really key for you guys. And taking a playful stance when you're creating your life is really crucial because the angels are very playful in nature. And when things come up that are heavy or emotional, the best way to go about them is just to be playful and compassionate with yourself, and know that everything always turns out in the best way possible anyway, so why worry about them, right? Try to create from a very joyful and playful place, and you will get everything you want. The angels are saying, we've got you. So play says, beloved one, it's time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry. We will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety, and laughter will lift your energy so that you'll return to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. So I do sense that not a lot of you, not necessarily, there might be a few of you who are actually looking to move, transition, change careers. There is a lot about monetary support, right? Abundance, financial support. But I see a lot of you going very introspective this month, very deep, okay? And Taurus is amazing at that. You guys know how to go deep better than most, in a more balanced way, of course. So as you go deep and as you're very introspective, there's going to be some qualities that come up that do change your reality, that do change your immediate surroundings, but that's because you have changed, okay? I don't necessarily get the sense that things are going to be thrown at you, or, because Uranus is actually the planet of surprises, but what it will bring is going to be ever evolving, okay? Uranus is returning to you since 1942, so it's a big thing, okay? And I need to emphasize that. But it's not going to change overnight, okay? It's not going to just happen, right? It's not going to catch you off surprise or catch you off guard like that with surprising you. What this is going to evolve like is that from very deep, okay, from very deep level. And that's, I think, just how Tauruses like to go about their business, is within first and foremost. And it's very personal, okay? Law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends, so invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. Great insights. I also wrote down there's a new moon on the 15th in your sign. Okay, so that's going to be creating a large sense of a new identity. And maybe that's why there's some appreciative changes happening too, because I sense and I see in the cards that some of you may not have been so happy about who you've been in the past. Some of you may still be carrying a lot of that baggage with you. Okay, There's a lot of guilt from your past that I'm sensing, or maybe just that life has not been fair to you. Okay, so this new moon is going to be powerful. And it coincides with the card right smack dab in the middle of the reading, as well as the new moon in the middle of the month. Talking about this overall journey, this identity and the development of self. Okay, so it's going to be really on your mind. There's going to be financial development, okay? And what I wrote down is controlled excitement. So just as you like it, Taurus, there's going to be some new beginnings. There's going to be some exciting times. And I'm getting that there's even some wishful thinking, okay? So you guys are really reaching out there for what you want. You're trying to attract, you're trying to manifest, okay? But in your own way. It has to be so personal for you. It has to be so deliberate, okay? And it's because you guys know you are so powerful. You are so good at what you do when you know you want something. So just make sure you're aiming in the right direction. Be true to yourself, okay? Whether it's regarding a career change, personal change, relationship change, all of those things can absolutely evolve within the next 6 months. But what this initial energy is showing you is that to make all of those things pleasant aspects in your life, you really do have to be true to yourself. And it's finding out what exactly that is that will be apparent in May. Okay, so I think that's all I have so far for my notes. And it's not ironic at all. I shouldn't doubt my cards. I shouldn't doubt my guides at all. But it always surprises me how on target these cards can be. So in the beginning, very first card, we have a very Tauran card. Okay, and this is relating a little bit to the past. Both of them are in reverse. Okay, so let's go into these cards a little bit. The Five of Earth shows us that in the past you have been experiencing or maybe exploring different routes, okay, different directions, alternatives, trying out everything, right? You're sticking your fingers in all parts of the cake and, you know, like dipping into the honey pot, and a lot of those actions have been irresponsible. They've been a little bit manipulative and out of touch with really who you are. In the background, there's this maiden, or maybe even a child, inner child, okay, in the background as he's doing these tricks, as he's playing with these cards. This card means the same thing basically in reverse or upright. It typically means that you haven't been the best character, right? Your character has been flawed in the past, and it's been a little unfair. Maybe you've had people like Taurans come into your life who have done you wrong. Maybe the circumstances have felt unfair or unjust or unbalanced. There's lots of ways you can interpret this card, but the cards you were dealt, literally at that time, you didn't even realize weren't suiting your highest interest. Okay, and because the Justice cards come up, this is a Libra, okay, this is a Taurus, and they seem to be on the same page. However, both are dissatisfied. And if this has anything to do with relationships, that just means that there might have been some issues in the past that you're still carrying with you, okay? And that's not fair to you, all right? Whatever you've done in the past, you need to reconcile with yourself. You need to know that it's okay to move forward now. It's okay to let those things go. You don't have to carry them like a burden anymore. And if you still are, you can use them to your advantage now, because they're going to be coming up in your mind's eye, in your heart center, and you're going to be really reevaluating, first of all, why you did what you did, or what happened was meant to be. So it's okay. It's going to be okay no matter what. And you can just rest assured that in the coming months, you'll see this evolve, but that it's first and foremost important for you to be okay with yourself, for you to know that the efforts that you put in now are what matters. Okay, so if this has anything to do with the relationship in the past and it didn't end up in a fair way, or you felt burdened by it, you're really seeking those answers now. You're not just carrying it with you like it's yours to carry, right? Because Taurans, man, they're stubborn, and once they set their ideas or beliefs to something, it's hard to shake. But you guys are shaking that foundation this month. Okay, you guys are going way introspective. The sage comes up to further clarify that the feelings that you hold, okay, are going to be determining the outcomes that you see within the next 6 months especially. But this is focusing mostly on May. And just as energy is fluid, you could see some of this evolve in the month of June. I think June holds a lot of prosperity for you guys, financial abundance for sure. But because it's your birthday, because it's your birthday month, because you guys are in your element, you guys are taking a strong look at yourself, okay? And the sage is someone who seeks knowledge, okay, seeks wisdom, and is able to give and receive certain energy, and ultimately their ultimate goal is to learn and to expand and to hold that knowledge within their hearts and to be that knowledge incarnate, right? The sage is an advisor. The sage is someone who has a deep understanding of the world and inner workings of karma and inner workings of light and dark. They're one who walks the line, okay? The balance between the two. And this is further clarified by the Fool, saying that a lot of you are realizing that in ways you are the sage because you have tried so many things and because you've maybe worked so hard at the self-identification and just exploring everything and wanting to feel everything that life has to offer. At times it's been painful. At times it has felt unfair. At times you have become the victim of your own actions. But the sage validates the reasons why you did it. Okay? It's because you needed to know. It's because this is your learning process. This is what has brought you to such strengths. And the sage is highly regarded, okay? Because the sage is a little eccentric, that doesn't mean that people look at him like he's a kook, right? The sage is actually very highly respected and appointed in a way that is such a truth teller, okay? Because he's wise, he's experienced a lot in life. The Fool is kind of the opposite, right? He sometimes needs a little advice in order to know what he's doing with his life. But this is a 0-point energy. This means to me that you are really taking a refined look at yourself. You're saying, all the options are open, right? And it may be even that you don't feel the need to experiment so much. You have a firmer understanding of who you are. And that's this very Uranus type of energy, this self-expansion or self-exploration. And it's going to create this strong sense of identity that paves a new direction that is expansive and maybe a little, what's the word? A little unknown, okay? The sage is someone who is very wise, but you know that's not the end to your story. But you know that's not where you stop, okay? You're ever expanding, and maybe you're just deciding to expand in a new and beautiful way, right? That is no longer manipulative or no longer so experimental. It's this refined vision you have for yourself. All you need to do is go for it. All you need to do is literally keep following that path, okay? And it's going to feel completely new and totally exciting for you guys. The journey comes up right in the middle of the month, which I think coincides with the new moon. And it is journey, okay? So this is a beautiful card, just to validate all the other cards that we've seen so far. Everything that you've experienced in life has brought you to this apex of self-knowledge and exploration. It's really beautiful. It really is. You are you because not only of the great things you've done, right? But this month you're going to be expounding on the mistakes you've made, the hardships you've gone through, the changes or challenges you've had to face, okay, which have made you this creator or creatress as a whole. And it's this empowerment, it's this excitement that comes from, this is mine, this is mine. And no one can tell me it's right or wrong, okay? But be careful with that mentality, because the sage is open to listening. As much as he knows, as much as he's experienced, he is an amazing listener. He is willing to give advice just as much as he's willing to receive it, okay? He does not have a big ego. The journey is about humility. The journey is about self-expression, self-exploration, why you're here, okay? It's your soul's evolution. Your soul craves these kind of moments. It's reflective, it's expansive. And with that, some of you may be making major leaps forward, okay? So if you are taking on a new job, if you are leaving or beginning a new relationship, if you are changing locations, okay, actually moving states, countries, whatever the case may be, this shows great opportunity for you and a necessary change, okay? Just as much as it is exciting, right? Appreciation is there for the change. You know it's necessary. Six of Swords comes up because this person is leaving a bad situation for a better one. This person is leaving the grief, the dark, the shameful, the painful behind. And they are moving into new, beautiful, light, expansive, wonderful, joyful territory. Okay? And the water, notice the water. It's this emotional outlet you guys have, which is so stable, so consistent, so calm in the midst of upheaval, in the midst of a change, okay? And this may actually symbolize relocation. So those of you who are looking to move, or there's this new chapter that's calling to you, really think about taking that, okay? The Knight of Wands comes up to further clarify journey, as I believe this retrospective, introspective card. The Knight of Wands comes up because this person or this entity or aspect in your life has been a bully. It has been relentless. It has been something that has not worked with you but against you. And I believe this is really talking to your own self-doubts, your own worries, your guilt, the baggage that you've been really wanting to carry for a long time. I mean, if you look at this card upright, they're strong, but they're really carrying their weight. They're really doing it for a purpose, for a reason. In reverse, it doesn't mean so much of that. It means that you're carrying it for not the right reasons, and that you're even feeling bullied, or you're bullying yourself, or there's some aspect that is cutting you down. Deception, all of these aspects that we come into life really not knowing anything about until we are forced to experience them for ourselves. Okay, these are all aspects of your past that I think you are absolutely revisiting and maybe making amends, maybe making it right. The King of Cups is another very potent energy. Okay, when we're near the new moon, we're going to be reflecting on our emotions, but it may feel as though you're being overwhelmed, right? This person, the King of Cups upright, has this space in order to clearly see their way out of emotional turmoil. They have created a stable foundation. In reverse, it can symbolize the fact that you are being swept away. That with these realizations, there's a lot of emotions that are coming towards you with the hopes of self-mastery, right? The new moon is really helping you become the master of self. But it's with this realization that you create some beautiful outcomes, which I'm getting to. Okay, I promise, Taurus, it's not just going to be a difficult month. I want you guys to know that even though these energies do come up, it's going to be for the betterment of you. This is all about the beautification of what is Tauran, what it means to be a Taurus in this lifetime. Whether you have a sun, moon, or a rising sign in Taurus, you're going to be feeling a slight inclination to embrace and let go. Okay, so as you feel overwhelmed, as you feel swept away, as you feel betrayed, or blasphemy is coming up. You know, I hear things sometimes, words, and blasphemy is associated with this card apparently. And to top it all off, towards the new moon, there's the Tower card. So as emotions rise, as there's bullies, or as there's people who are taking your energy, or feeding the guilt, or feeding the darkness that isn't bad, but it's what makes you you. This kind of energy is very aggressive and forcing you to relinquish that control, relinquish that situation. This card is the Tower. Okay, and I'm just feeling this. It feels as though you get to this point and you go, it feels like a realization. It feels potent. And you know that what you've built some of your ideas from, or what you've built this reality from, is not working for you. Okay? And it's just that simple. It's not working for you. The balance at what once was is now crumbling. It's toppling over. It's on fire. It needs to be destroyed. It needs to come down. Okay? It needs to be reconciled. However you want to view this, there is an ending. There is an ending so that a new beginning can begin. But until this tower is down, you're just going to keep building on top of this unsturdy, unstable foundation, and it's not going to suit you. So the more you embrace this ending, I believe, the sweeter your new beginning will be. Okay. The Queen of Air comes up because there will be some intellectual energies, okay, this influx of intellectual energy, which Taurus could use actually, because it's a very emotional beginning in the beginning of the month. But with some intellectual rationalizations, you can really feel your way through this, okay? We're not intellectualizing ourselves out of our emotions, okay? That is something that I think a few of you Taurans are going to want to do. You're going to want to talk yourselves out of things. You're going to want to rationalize, logically deduce some of your options, and that's just not going to work, okay? The universe is saying, you need to sit with your actions, you need to sit with your decisions, you need to sit with this change, you need to feel this upheaval for what it is truly. The Queen of Air is this feminine energy that can become very imbalanced when there's too much intellectual energy. So she becomes ruthless, she becomes cold, she becomes disdained, and someone who is completely rational to the point where emotions play no role in her judgments, and that's just not healthy. I mean, you can tell, it's like, that wouldn't be a very good ruler at all. So the Five of Cups comes up as a clarifier, saying, you need to sit, you need to ruminate, you need to feel. Some of you Taurans, I've been getting a sense that you guys have not been allowing yourselves to feel. Okay, and this is a huge heart opener. This is a huge life opener. There is so much energy for you guys this month. I really hope that you take this with a grain of salt and you play with it, okay? You play with the ideas of how you can reinvent yourself, because the pains of your past do not define you anymore. They just don't, okay? And it's okay to have change in that area. It's okay to view this as a new beginning, but some of you may be needing to reflect and really, really understand, really feel what it was in your past that kept you held back, kept you stagnant, and maybe made you feel like you didn't deserve the warmth and love that you actually do. Okay, so huge self-reflection happening. The Five of Cups also speaks of a partial loss. Okay, this is a significant loss, but partial. Okay, life goes on, life moves on, change is inevitable. It's the only constant we can ever rely on. So with this, know that better times are ahead. And as you really reflect, this new you is going to blossom, okay? It's going to blossom and it's going to be so sweet. And there's so many people who appreciate you, okay? You guys are beautiful. I've had a few Taurans in my life and they have changed my life, okay? They've absolutely had a hand in who I've become. They're powerful characters. When you guys are in your element, and this is the time to be in your element, you can have an effect. You can have, you have power, okay? It's your birthright. And you guys have really been, some of you have been acquiring a lot of knowledge in the past, okay? That has now seeded deeply enough that it is transforming itself into wisdom. Knowledge is the immature wisdom, okay? If knowledge were to mature, it'd be wisdom, okay? So as you go, you grow. And what you thought you knew turns into what I know I feel. And it's a distinct difference. And without thinking, it's this knowing. All right? And I feel like seriously that is just going to be the most pivotal realization you have this month. Wisdom card comes up. It's the 10th reason of being for this deck. And that means that a cycle is complete, okay? And that's maybe why you guys have been doing so much reflection. That's maybe why you guys are thinking so much about your past and about what you're creating, what you're projecting into the future, because now you're stepping into it as a wise person. Not just a person experiencing a lot of things, not just a person who dabbled in a lot of different areas and has gathered all of this knowledge, right? Advice, knowledge, learning, understanding. The sage, I just realized this, the sage is now turning into this wisdom card, right? It's really beautiful. Four of Coins speaks of stability, okay, financial stability, self-worth, and value in life, valuable times in life. However, right now, I do see that until you guys fully get in, realize your power, which is coming, don't worry, I've got a card for that. Until you guys fully realize this power that you're stepping into, this wisdom from the heart, there might be this feeling that you need to watch your finances, you need to, there has been in the past this idea that you can't spend, that you can't indulge, that you can't invest into anything, that you need to almost be so wise that your human side isn't so entangled in the dramas of life, right? Or in the necessary parts of life. You guys are so amazing with spirituality. You guys are so amazing with esoteric beliefs and wise thoughts, very outward reaching, expansive thoughts. And yet sometimes there's this need to just get back to the basics. Okay, so this Four of Coins speaks of someone who is planning a trip or planning a very fun play day escape, camping trip out in the wilderness, connecting with nature, and they've got their tent and all of their coins ready, and yet it is forgotten. It's left in the snow because you guys got so busy and you weren't paying attention to the things that, even the little things that really matter to you. So get in touch with that. Get Get in touch with, you don't have to be perfect, okay? You don't have to be perfect. Carry this wisdom with you, because with wisdom, you can encompass grief, you can encompass loss, you can encompass pain, and still have it remain as a power for you, remain as a power source for you. And in fact, not only remain, but fuel your power, okay? It's time to enjoy things. It's time for stability. It's time for enjoyment and laughter and gaiety and playfulness, okay? Manifesting some beautiful things, all right? The next two cards, and they wanted to be the last card, so I didn't argue with that, were the King of Fire and Abundance. So those of you who are worrying about what exactly will happen towards the end of May and into June, don't worry. Do not worry. It's going to be great. This is vitality, power, sexuality, expansiveness, teamwork, support, creativity, passion, all of these things that are springing from you guys this summer. Okay, this June especially, this is how we're entering June, Taurans. You guys will be at this apex of creativity, passion. If there's any endeavor that you want to try, if there's a new career that's calling you, the best time to start is the end of May and beginning of June, because it holds a lot of opportunity for abundance, which I see you guys have been really trying to attain. You guys have been working on yourselves so much that now it's time to actually apply what you know of yourself into the real, tangible world. Give that away. Give it away, because the abundance card really speaks of giving and receiving. The things that you've given, even if it's apologies, even if it's making amends with yourself and others, if it's, closing a door, you can expect a new door to open. That's the act of giving and receiving, just as much as it is reason to consequence. So when you put forth energy, when you utilize everything that you've learned, do it in a creative and playful, passionate way, and there will be so much value in that for you. Not only within yourself, not self-value only. That's where it begins, of course. And this King of Fire really exemplifies that, if anyone does. He is a leader. He delegates. He's got a team. He has a pride, right? He has beautiful individuals around him that help him accomplish everything that he sets his mind to, right? It's vitality at its finest. And abundance is promised. Abundance is promised if you take that kind of approach. But you've got to become more excited. You've got to become more playful. You've got to become more creative and easygoing, right? Abundance is there for you. And I'm so excited. If you'd like a personal reading, please go to my website. The link will be in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram at chandlerthelight.com. And I hope you Taurans liked this reading. If you did make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what you thought about it. If it resonated with you, I would love to know. So leave me a comment down below. I hope you have a great May, Taurus, and I look forward to seeing you in June. Bye.